Today we'll discuss the topic of organization behavior unit 3rd, leadership. So as you know, when we talk about the leadership, means here in organization the leaders should have some qualities and some characteristics, then the person can become a manager or leader in organizations. First we discuss the definition of leadership. The leadership may be defined as the art of influencing and inspiring the subordinate to perform their duty willingly, competently and enthusiastically for achievement of the group objectives. That is the definition of leadership. The another definition of leadership, the most management writer agreed that the leadership is the process of influencing the activity of individual or a group in effort towards goal achievement in a given situations. Now the type of leadership, there are two types of leadership. First one is a formal leadership. Formal leader occurs when a person is appointed or elected as an authority figure, means the formally, which is appointed by the organizations, that he is a formal leader, means he is elected or appointed by the authority figure. The informal, second one is informal leadership. Informal leadership emerges when a person uses interpersonal influence in a group without designated authority or a power. These leaders emerge in a certain situations because of their charm, intelligence, skills or the other traits to whom the pupil can take the advice, direction and guidance. These leaders are the religious or the civic leader. These are fit into this category. Means you can take the example of Shiv Sena, Bal Thackeray. He was a religious leader. So these are the informal leadership group. Now we discuss some leadership characteristics, that the leader should have these all characteristics. A leader has a certain inherent quality and a trait which assist him in playing a directing role or commanding, influencing over others. Some of these traits are: the leader, he should be energy, he should have an energy, he should have a drive. Second one is appearance, personality, presentability, that the leader should have a presentability. Third one is a sense of cooperativeness, that the leader always be cooperate with the subordinate. Fourth one is enthusiasm. The fifth one is personality, the leader should have a personality like a height and weights. Sixth one is initiative, that the leadership will initiate and take the initiative in every action of the or decision of the organizations. Seventh one is intelligence, the leadership should be intelligent. Eighth one is judgment, the leader should have a decision making power and take a judgment in our organizations. 9, self confidence. 10th one is sociability, that the leader should have a social interaction with the subordinate as well as everyone with the organizations. Tact and diplomacy is there. Then the another characteristic is moral courage and integrity. Another is the willpower and flexibility, the leader should have a willpower and the flexibilities. The another one is the emotional stability is there, and the knowledge of human relation, the leader should have a knowledge of human relations. So these all are the characteristics the leader should have in organizations. Now we discuss the theory of leadership. There are the three theory of leadership: trait theory, behavior theory and contingency theory. So first we discuss the trait theory. The trait theory rests on the traditional approach which describes the leadership in terms of certain personal or special characteristics which are not acquired by the knowledge or the training but are considered inherited, means जो जन्मजात आपके अंदर characteristics होते हैं. This theory emphasizes that the leader are born, not made. Leader पैदा होते हैं, बनाए नहीं जाते. Like you can take the example of Rajiv Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Indira Gandhi. These are the example of the trade leaders. So the leader are not made, and that the leadership is a function of these inborn traits. Some of these inborn traits are considered to be an intelligence, understanding, perception, high motivation, socio-economic status, initiative, maturity, need for self-actualization, understanding interpersonal human relations. So this theory was failed. Why? The reason behind that, because there's some this theories of leadership has suffered from a lack of conclusiveness and oversimplicity, because this is a very simple theory. That's why we cannot find out that on the basis of trait we can understand or we can become a leader to others. Then the second theory, that is a behavior theory. This theory study the leadership by looking at the leader in terms of what they do, leader कर क्या रहा है, not on the basis of their trait. This is a contrast of the trait theory, which seeks to explain leadership in terms of who the leader are. Thus, according to the behavior theory, the leadership is shown why a person act more than by his trait. Means here the what they do means the person act rather than his trait, and the leadership effectiveness is determined in terms of the leader subordinate interaction and outcome. Means what is the interaction of the leader and subordinate and what is the outcome. On that basis you can find out the leader's effectiveness. The research study conducted by Katz, Moko V and Morse suggest that the leadership behavior be defined along employee centered dimension and production centered dimension, they complementing to each other so that the employee performance and the productivity is enhanced. Now last but not the least, third one is a contingency theory. All the leadership theory discussed so far the attributes leadership performance on the basis of certain traits or in terms of leaders behavior. The contingency theory states that an analysis of leadership involves not only the individual trait or the behavioral trait but also a focus on a situation, because it is also called a situational analysis. Contingency theory is also called a situational analysis. Here we will find that how the leader perform in a particular situation, not on the basis of their behavior or on the basis of their trait. So the leadership behavior is used in combination with work group contingencies to predict the performance outcome. The effectiveness of the leader behavior is contingent upon the demand imposing by the situations. Means according to the situation how he will perform. So you can find out the effectiveness of a leader. The focus is on the situation in which the leader exercises and not upon the leader. Different type of situation demand different type of characteristics and behavior, because the each types of leader face a different situations. Similarly, a successful leader under one circumstances may be a failure under a different set of circumstances. Maybe the person perform better rather than in a one circumstances and he will failure in another circumstances. You can take the example, for example, yes, you can take the example, the person who is perform well in an organization because the well-being of the organization is going on. If there is a contingency, there is a situation in an organization that it is going to in a downfall, then we will find out the quality of the leader, that how the leader perform in a particular situation. That is a quality or the effectiveness of the leadership. You can take the example, recent example of the COVID-19. In COVID-19, our Prime Minister performed better than the other leader of the country, as you know. Means in a time of contingency, in a time of situation that is called a COVID, he is performed better than all the other country performed. So you can take the example of Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. He is performed better. So this is an example of the leadership, means this is a contingency leadership theories. The contingency approach known also known as define leadership in terms of his ability to handle a given situation is based on the leader's still in that given area. That is all about the leadership and leadership theories. Thank you to all.